So the new LEGO Star Wars trailer is out, and needless to say, I'm disappointed. Before we get into what I didn't like, I'd first like to say what I did enjoy about the trailer. The game looks amazing. Compared to every other LEGO game that we've had before, this one looks astonishing. And I will give them props, they definitely did a very good job with that. Some of the locations that we see in the trailer look very nice, like the surface of Coruscant or Kashyyyk and Tatooine. All those places look very nice. I would love to explore those places as it is an open world game. Do I think LEGO should be open world? In my personal opinion, no. Or at least I prefer it not to be. It could be interesting, but with open world, I think it's an interesting concept, but you're bringing it to a game that does not need it. Kind of like how they're bringing open world to the new Halo game, which we'll also have to see kind of how that works. Now, the vehicle sections, they do also look very nice, back in the old LEGO games, if you remember the complete saga, the vehicle sections weren't always the most fun to play. They were definitely never the highlights. You never came for the vehicle sections. But now here they do look a lot more improved. So I will give them that. Of course, we haven't actually seen exact gameplay for the vehicle section, so we still kind of have to see where that goes. But other than that, I say that really is pretty much all that I enjoyed about the trailer. There really wasn't that much. So now I'm going to get into the stuff that I didn't like. Now, let's get the elephant out of the room. The talking. There was talking in the trailer, not just the voiceover, but in the actual game footage itself, from cutscenes and stuff. Multiple times characters were talking. Ghost Obi-Wan, Emperor Palpatine, Luke Skywalker. All those characters were talking, even Han and Leia. The point is, all those characters were talking at some point during the trailer. I don't like that. Back when, LEGO characters didn't talk, I felt like it was more fun. How they just kind of had to express what was going on and how they were feeling just off of grunts and groans. I definitely preferred that. And I also feel ever since they did start to talk that LEGO games just haven't been as good. I've never found a LEGO game that I've liked quite as much ever since they've started talking. I've played many. I say the one game I've even bothered finishing is LEGO Jurassic Park. That's the only game I've bothered finishing after they started to talk. Every other LEGO game I've played, I haven't even bothered finishing because they just weren't fun anymore. They became needlessly complicated and the levels became extremely long to the point where they actually had to start adding in save points in the middle of levels because they knew how long they are. LEGO games used to be short, but not too short, and decent length. Some of them were shorter than others, but never too long and never too short. You could sit down for, maybe 10 minutes, complete a level, and you'd be happy. But now they've kind of gotten really long. I don't know how long these levels are going to be. I imagine that's going to follow in the path of past LEGO games as of late, and they're going to have to implement the whole save game in the middle of a level again. Another thing I noticed that I didn't like was aiming, as if it was Call of Duty or something. I'm not entirely sure when they first added this. The first time I remember seeing it was the Force Awakens LEGO game. But I feel like it just doesn't belong in LEGO. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, I don't know if that's just me, but it just feels more like Call of Duty than anything. In the old LEGO games, you just press the button, your character would automatically shoot. Sure, was that just piss easy and you didn't actually have to try to aim at all? Yeah. Maybe people want more complex shooting mechanics, I can understand that, but I do prefer the old mechanics of the blasters. Maybe you feel differently, maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but that's just me. I did notice that I don't know if this is going to be a playable level, and I really hope it's not. They added that, they showed a scene from that retarded scene in, The Rise of Skywalker, with Finn and all the other people riding on those donkey things, or horses, on top of one of the Star Destroyers. The scene made no sense, and it was extremely stupid, and it looks like it's going to be in this game as well. The thing is, though, it fits more in this LEGO game than it did in the actual movie. I feel as though LEGO games have kind of lost their comedic value that they once had, once they added the talking as well, because, like I said before, they just had to use grunts and groans, and I feel like that just added to the comedy of it. And ever since they started talking, LEGO games just really haven't been as funny as they once were. Although I will admit there was one part in this trailer that actually got a chuckle out of me, and it was the dialogue between Emperor Palpatine and Luke Skywalker. You know, where Palpatine pulls out his little lightning things as if it was an actual Lego set. I did think that was pretty funny, and that did get a laugh out of me. Unfortunately, with the way the trailer looks, and the fact that they're still keeping the talking, they're still keeping the aiming down sights, or I guess it's aiming over the shoulder since it's third person, whatever. I think this will just have to be another LEGO game that I end up skipping. And frankly, I don't know if I'll ever get back, well, I don't know if I'll ever buy any of the new LEGO games anymore. I think I'll just have to stick with the old ones, or at least until something changes, because as of now, what it looks like, it's going to continue being the same way. If they add a feature to where you can choose whether they can, or will, or won't talk, I might consider getting the game and actually playing through it, seeing how it is, but that's just one thing. That's not also accounting for the whole aiming down sights things, who knows what the level design is going to look like, whether it's really long or overly complicated. So we'll just kind of have to see where we go from here. I'm just disappointed in what's happened in this trailer, and I hope something will change. Or at least one day we will get, or at least I hope one day we'll get a LEGO game that people who mostly enjoyed the old games can enjoy as well. I know my sister feels the same way. She must prefer the old games, and hopefully we'll get something like that one of these days. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.